What's up? It's your boy Sailboats.Sneakers here. Welcome to the official Thailand vlog. It's a beautiful Lola right next to me. As if you couldn't already tell from the intro, it's your boy Sailboat, and here is my vlog from my journey to Thailand. From getting YANT tattoos, to touring the temples, to hanging out on the beach, going to beach parties, feeding and swimming with the elephants. It was a hell of a time. So let's get right into it. Getting into days 3 and 4, unfortunately there was no video taken on day 1 and 2 due to jet lag and just trying to take in everything before we really try to capture anything. We decided to get some YANT tattoos on day 3 when we visited Chiang Mai. YANT tattoos are given by either a monk or an Arjan, who is a retired monk. They can be done with a machine or hand-poked. We chose the traditional hand-poke method. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes along with these tattoos that I'll get into in just a moment, but first, I want you to see the coolest part about these tattoos. They come with a blessing from the monk or the Arjan who gave you the tattoo.
Sangsara patanang sino ahang wantami sapatana katanya kaputanang papakani walana pidita sanu pavena hantuati sang upatave yat beng yat asawa yat beng yat asawa yat beng yat asawa yat namo puthaya nama phata japakasa nama apu sawi solo putu pha sawi thamnya pa putho akram le solo malihi ehi ma akasanya akasehi citi citang pinyang mama Homa Jamaha Teva Sepinya Kapalayanti Homa Jamaha Teva Pilapa Putume Maha Punyo Mahala Pon Tuti Miti Pahuhati Putta Maha Unamo Putanya Vila Tanyo Koranya Ring Sarata Sivala Savara Itino Putta Samani Mama Putta Saswa Home Namana Anakona Kakaona Kaumi Amimi Hisutan Suna Putang Asuna Putu Lamang Ela Hanga Putona Jahapa Subra Kabra Kamhapita Matia Hapatua Hapatang yang Pawi Sate Sukiti Masupatalo Silawa Supakatonya Sasima Ketilo Kisalawa Asampito Iti Palamita Disadi Sebimakata Iti Potim To Iti Piso Jatena Mopino Tewa Bonasanang Pino Pomanamuto Momina Kasupanang Pinira Yanga Mami Hang Om Pupuk Maha Pupuk Om Luluk Om Tutunum Yikum Tuna Mami Hang Pupuk Hami Pena Edena Satyawa Sena Huru Tejanya Mangkalang Nak Pukdin Den Puna Mopunana Pumopuk Polom Put Hawaii Puraya Puaka Kapuja Kasas Tina Pukala Hamputan Mosi Wangpura Pukung Hamajak Puruk Tua Kala Pukul salah satu Mahasonyana kejuti kuda konan juli ke nama konan juli ke sangka konan juli ke nak mona. Ini waktu pakai taruh ini kalau pakai situ ini kalau ini kelang nak mami hang. Udah pas ini sama pas ini sangka pas ini udah kelak mani. Okay, finish.
In many blogs that you read and vlogs that you see, you'll hear that you don't get to choose the style or the location of your YANT. However, this is not always the case. The place that we went to actually allowed us to choose the style if we wanted to from a variety of different options that were traditional for YANT. We also got to choose the blessing that came with our tattoo, and we could choose our tattoo's location within reason. They have specific guidelines as far as that was concerned.
Nak mau tasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Bang katanya kaputanang papakani walana pidita sanu pavena hantuati sang upatave yat beng yat asawa yat beng yat asawa yat beng yat asawa yat namo puthaya Nama Phata Japakasa Nama Uwa Samsolo Putu Pha Samdapnya Pa Putho Akalam Le Solo Malihi Ehi Mama Akasanya Akasahi Citi Citang Pinyang Mama Oma Jamaha Dewa Sepinya Kapalayanti Oma Jamaha Dewa Pilapa Pon Tume Maha Punyo Mahala Pon Tuti Mite Pahuhati Putta Ma Unamo Puthaya Vila Penu Kolanyang Lengsa Vila Tasi Vila Tasavila Itinyo Buddha Samani Mama Buddha Saswa Home Namana Anakona Kakaona Kamudi Amimi Hisutan Suna Putang Asuna Putho Lamang Ilang Napona Jahabasona Kabra Kamhapira Mite Hapatu Hapatang yang Pawi Sati Patat พระเจ้าบางลิขิตโหนะโมทิยะว่าบังคับสตาว่าสัตว์สุหับตึพุทธังยุทธธรรมังอาสังฆังอามันคืองานมันกันต่างเป็นตาถือพระเจ้าถูกมาเป็นนามสังฆเจ้าถูกมาเป็นเนื้ออาทิของพระเจ้าถูกมาเป็นรูปตีเพชรคงมีสวหะสวสุสุยิพุทธวิธีนะวินะโมพุทธิยะธรรมะพระราชพระกษัตริย์พุทโธกังธรรมโมบังสังโฆปิดองค์ปุมหาปุองค์รุตองค์ยิติยังมีธรรมะไม่หมดของพระเอเตนะสัจจวชินะบุญเจเจยมังพลัง นับปูนีนีปูนับปูน้ำนับปูโมกุปลโมกุดเอาไว้แฝงปุระยะปัวการกรรมยะกาศาสินาปูรังมุตนะโมชิวังปุรังพุทโธธรรมจักปูกุปะคระปูก็สารทิศปูมหาสุริยธาตุเกิดจุติปุระคนอยู่ในเกิดธรรมะคนอยู่ในเกิดสังฆะคนอยู่ในเกิดนะโมนะอิทิวะกุภกตาโรอิทิโกรภกาสิโตอิทิฤทธิโกโรอิทิกลังนะนานิหังพุทธังปัสสิทธิธรรมังปัสสิทธิสังฆังปัสสิทธิมันก็ขระนานิหายมือขึ้นอาทิอุณาสัจจโยรัมโมโลเกอนุตตโรสัพพะสัตตาหิตัญญะตันตะนังมิเทวเตปะริโวโชระหะทันติอัมนุสกินะปุเกพยะเคนะเควิเสปุเตอะกาละมะละนีนะจะสัพพะสมามรณะอุตโตทาเวโตอะกาละมะลิตังตะเสวะอนุภาเวนะอุตโตเทโวสุขิสัทธาสุตติลังสมาทายะธรรมังสุจริตังเกเลลิขิตังกิติตังปูชังทะละนังวัจนังคาลงปะเลสังเทสนังสุตวตัสสะอนุปวัฏฐติอัตถิอุณาสัจจโยธรรมโมโลเกอนุตตโรสัพพะสัตตาหิตัญญะตันตัวคณะหิเทวเตปริวโชระหะนันติอัมนุสกินะปุเกพยะเคนะเควิเสปุเตอากาละมะละนีนะจะสัพพะสมามรณะอุตโตทาเวโตอะกาละมะลิตังตะเสวะอนุภาเวนะอุตโตเทโวสุขิสัทธาสุตสิลังสมาทายะธรรมังสุจริตังเกเลลิขิตังกิติตังปูชังทะละนังวัจนังคาลงปะเลสังเทสนังสุตตตัสสะอนุปวัฏฐติพุทโธความรู้สึกให้มาพุทโธลงมาพุทโธ
Fast forward, day 4, Koh Phangan. We decided to go temple hopping, which in Chiang Mai was very easy because of the high concentration of temples in a small area. Now we chose an especially good day to do this, July 16th of 2019, because this was actually Asana Buddha Day. Now this is essentially the celebration of when Buddha held his first ever sermon to enlighten his 5 disciples, and the first Buddhist monk was ordained. The next day is actually the beginning of the equivalent of a Buddhist Lent. There were a lot of really cool celebrations going on, monks giving sermons and walking all over the city, as well as some really, really cool blessings that were happening with a small donation to the temple. We decided to go and celebrate our YANT tattoos as suggested by our Arjan the day before, and we went and lit some incense that were given to us by the Arjan. It was a very awesome experience, and we even got to see some sermons live in action. Day 5 was an 8-hour travel day to get to Koh Phangan for the full moon party. We stayed at a resort called Milky Bay on the beach. Walking into our room here, some incredible towel art. I think that these are swans kissing one another, making a little heart right there. Oh, how cute. There's 2 pairs.
Swans. We're little swans kissing each other.
We're little swans kissing each other, so says Lola. Pretty beautiful setup. We got a little net around the bed for bugs. Pretty dope spot for, how much was this, Lola?
$90.
$90 for a 2-night stay. $90 2-night stay. That's cheaper than any Vegas hotel. Pretty fucking sweet bathroom. Not huge, but very ample for what we paid. Official sailboat stamp of approval.
And we're right on the water.
What's going on? It's Thursday, night of the or day of the full moon party. We're about to go to the beach right quick, so leaving the hotel room. So this is the view right here. when you just walk out of our hotel room here at Milky Bay. We are in Capitan, day of the full moon party. About to head out, looking at some awesome buns. And now we're checking out the beach area. Low tide. Last night, all the water was all the way up to where all those rocks are at the front. Now you can see it goes way off into the distance. Absolutely gorgeous view here. Capitan, Thailand. Beautiful day to be alive, folks. Beautiful day to be alive. We're at the beautiful Milky Bay Resort.
Gorgeous here.
Capitan. Absolutely amazing.
Bit of an afternoon rain shower at the moment, but
It's kind of monsoon season here, so give you guys a quick tour. Milky Bay. Already seen the beach area, but I'm gonna go check out the pool area now. So as we mentioned a little bit earlier, the price for this hotel, $45 a night. Total of $90 for the 2 nights that we stayed there, which is a pretty fucking good deal if you ask me. Just gorgeous here. So pretty. The price of the food, the price of the drinks, excellent. There were even massages for $10 to $15 an hour, depending on what you want. Just took a nice dip in the pool. It's still a little bit overcast right now, but overall, a little bit nicer out. Not raining anymore. The monsoon has finished for the time being. Today's special, cocktail party. Cocktails are all only 100 baht. Now, the general kind of rule of thumb, it's about 30 baht to $1 US. So, pretty good exchange rate. And if you think about the price of that drink right there, or any cocktail at this hour, 100 baht, it's pretty damn solid. It's about $3.50. Now, to the most exciting part of the trip, the full moon. What's going on? It's your boy Sailboats.Sneakers here. We're at the full moon party. Shit's crazy already. We literally just got here. This is fucking out of control.
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna give you my best depiction of what the full moon party is like through this video, because it's very hard to describe. Essentially, you walk in, you pay an entry fee of what's essentially $3.50, and you get this bracelet that allows you access to the beach and everywhere on the beach, and you just walk in. And then you start to see that it's like crazy crowded, shoulder to shoulder with people, and there's music pumping. And the closer to the beach you get, the louder the music gets. And you start looking around and you see this booze all over the place. And this right here is the first example that we saw of what is known as a Thailand fuck tub. Yes, a Thailand fuck tub. So essentially, what a Thailand fuck tub is, it's a pail, like a sand pail, that has a flask of liquor, a bunch of Red Bull, and Coca-Cola. And you mix them all together in the pail and drink it out of a giant straw. And it's crazy because there are literally hundreds of people walking on the beach and in public drinking fuck tubs. Whatever, no big deal. All of these different beverages too had different names, which I'm not going to get into because they were incredibly vulgar, very explicit, and very offensive at most stands. The ones I decided to show you are a little bit on the tamer side for the most part. Only a couple of little things. Also, tons of food lining the streets, freshly made right there on the spot. Absolutely crazy. Delicious street food. And very cheap. So, get a little bit drunk, get a little bit hungry. You got it. There's food waiting for you.
Hey, what's up?
So I thought that the street was kind of overwhelming, but then we started to walk up to the beach, and I started to realize, holy shit, this is fucking crazy! Once we were done marveling at the sheer monstrosity of the size of this party, because it's a 2-mile-long beach, shoulder to shoulder with people, we decided to check it out a little bit, and the first thing that we found was one of the coolest things that I had seen up to this point in time. Now, while the talent that he decided to bring into the middle of this fire ring wasn't exactly the most impressive talent I've ever seen, his talent as a juggler was fucking crazy. It was really, really cool to watch. And I was pretty bummed because we actually got there like very late into his performance, and this was like his last trick that he was trying to do before he moved on to the next couple of stunts with his buddy, who was also playing with some flames. Now, if you're not familiar with what these are poi. Poi can be used with or without flames, but obviously there is a huge risk that comes with the flames. Now, this guy is just sitting here, throwing them around all casually, smoking a cigarette like nobody's business, and he is just fucking rocking the place, like absolutely crushing it. Just crazy, crazy casual. Really, really cool to watch. So I think one of the biggest things to keep in mind when watching these guys perform is that it's also still got to be around 85 degrees out. And they're just fucking spinning around fire, holding it, inches from their body. They smack it into themselves multiple times, as you can tell through the course of this video. And they just keep on going. They truck through, and it's just like this crazy skill that, man, I wish I could do shit like this. That's fucking nuts. obviously, with a mess of drunken idiots around fire, there's going to be some sort of crazy stuff that goes on. These guys right here, they wanted to light their cigarette, end up lighting their faces on fire instead. Tough night for them. So in Thailand, there's no telling what you'll see and where you'll see it. For example, this little 3-year-old kid that was dancing around on the beach with a bunch of, adults drinking very, very, very heavily. So heavily, in fact, that they have a spot, a designated spot, where you can go to pass out just in case you get a little too fucked up partying on the beach. So that's what those people are doing, is they're sleeping. So walking around the full moon party, there's a lot of different dance floors on the beach with DJ stands playing a multitude of different kinds of music. Tons of different art structures and sculptures, different vendors that are selling masks and flowers and all sorts of fluorescent stuff that glows under the black light. People are getting painted all over the place. One of the ongoing trends that you'll see at the full moon party is fire. There's fire just about anywhere. Fire limbo, fire pull-up bar, just fire all over the place. No big deal. Now we sat entertained watching people try to do pull-ups for a couple of minutes until this fucking beast stepped up to the plate and just started doing all sorts of tricks. Most people were way too hammered, but apparently this guy still had it. And you could tell after this little fall here, he was a little bit tipsy. But not very. We also checked out the fire limbo for a little while. Most people kind of looked at it and pretended like they were going to go under it, and then went under it and fell directly to their knees because there was like a massive ditch and then hill that you had to go through to do the limbo. It was not flat ground because it was sand. And then this guy decided to light his cigarette. So that was kind of cool. Now, a very common scene to see at the full moon party is people just falling over. They fall over, and then they get back up, and then they fall over again, and they get back up, and they fall over again. And this process just goes on for like an indefinite period of time. Sometimes you'll also see people just straight up faceplant and not get up. They just fall asleep right there.
Flip-flops and Crocs.
They're diesels.
What?
They actually
Coolest flip-flop ever.
all lost flip-flops. Party too hard, lose your shoes.
So after spending some time on the beach, we decided that we were going to switch it up a little bit and kind of walk down the streets and the alleyways and everything and just see what we could find. And of course, we happened to find some really cool shit. So at the full moon party, we happened to run into some friends that we had met on the journey over to Koh Phangan. Mind you, we met them in a crowd of about 100,000 people randomly. It was pretty fucking cool to meet up with some people that we recognized.
Tropical EDM.
So, after meeting our friends, we decided to find a bar to go to. First bar that we found happened to have a rooftop and was playing some tropical EDM. Figured it couldn't get much better than that. Started to hang out on the roof, looking around, seeing the views. A little bit more mellow of a spot as far as the full moon party was concerned, but could still see out to the ocean. Now this next clip here, This is a little bit of foreshadowing. You can see that the ground doesn't look the most solid. But we continue to hang out on the rooftop for a couple of minutes anyway.
What's that?
What do you think?
I think it's a 12 out of 10.
So at this point in
12 out
time,
of
you
10.
can definitely hear the drunk in my voice. I'm throwing all caution to the wind. I'm dancing on the roof. I'm having a great time.
Small Scooby!
I think you should maybe consider stepping to your right.
I should probably consider stepping to my right.
That right.
Which right? This right? Now, let me make this 100% clear. I should have listened to Lola. Holy fuck. What just happened? These are the thoughts on my mind. But then again, I'm hammered. So I'm just chilling. Thank goodness that some of the people that were on the top floor happened to get my phone and see me fall through the fucking floor, because they actually brought my phone back to me, which is how I got all of this footage. Lola went up to the bar to try and get a towel for me, or at least some napkins. They wouldn't even give her that. And then some people came over to me looking like they were going to help me up off the ground. Nah, they decided to steal the flask out of my pocket instead as I sat there trying to process what the fuck just happened. It's true. Thailand can be a relatively lawless place at times, so proceed with caution. So day 7 was a trip back to Phuket from Koh Phangan. 3-hour ferry ride followed by a 5-hour bus ride. Going back to Club Mangosteen, which was kind of our home base for the entirety of the trip, which is based in the Rawai district of Phuket. Southernmost tip for the most part. We won a trip to this resort because we went to a timeshare presentation, and like Masters, we turned down the timeshare, but got a free trip out of it.
Our favorite bar, Asia Bar and Restaurant.
Bye-bye.
Bye! Thank you for everything!
Those girls are there all day, all night, and so nice.
And just be careful on your walk back. So you get all these crazy motorists here. Motorbikes. Huge thing here. But just be aware that the lines on the roads, the stop signs, even the stop lights are more of guidelines than strict rules. So you will see people are traveling all over, driving in the middle of the road,
Wrong side of the road.
driving down the wrong side of the road.
Motorbikes. It'll be an adult driving, and they'll have like 2 kids just standing there with them, like little kids. And no big deal.
Speaking of cars and bikes on the wrong side of the road. So we're checking out a Club Mangosteen right now. Figured I'd do a quick tour of the digs prior to getting out of here. Pretty dope little living room area. It's like a studio style apartment almost. Nice big old bed. It's like a double king or something. Really nice high vaulted ceilings. The lighting was pretty solid. They cut off our power though because we're supposed to be checking out right now. Awesome mini bar. Nothing too huge, but pretty solid prices. We have this nice little bathroom area here. And then last but not least was this amazing outdoor shower section. It is covered, but this is all outdoors. Now we're heading out. Get a nice little view from the other direction. Again, Club Mangosteen. Excellent accommodations. Absolutely loved our time here. It was really nice. They took great care of us. Really nice, beautiful view right outside here too. You can see all the greenery. Now we're gonna head out here. We'll take a walk through the resort, see what we were dealing with inside. Again, another rainy day. It started off beautiful, but it started to rain about an hour and a half ago.
Thailand is an incredibly humid place, and they have basically monsoon-like storms every single day for the most part. The storms only last for about an hour, sometimes up to 3 or 4 hours, and you actually kind of want them to last around 2 or 3 hours because then it kills off the humidity for the nighttime. And another little swing and hammock area over in this direction. We didn't actually ever take the time to come over here. We were at this resort very, very minimally because we were always on the go while we were here. As you can see, nice little area here. Very pretty. This entire resort is absolutely gorgeous. They do a great job on the upkeep too. So the worst part about Club Mangosteen was the fact that we actually didn't get to hang out there a little bit more. We were traveling through Thailand so much to go to so many different places and experience so many different things in such a short period of time that we didn't get much chill time at the hotel. The time that we did have there was absolutely wonderful. The facility was just immaculate, and all of the personnel are just amazingly nice and so helpful. Now we're getting up to the kind of main area here. This is like the reception walk-in area. You can see they got the Ayurveda spa over that direction. Gonna come over this way right quick. Check out the pool area and the bar area. Really, really just amazing spot. We didn't even get the chance to go swimming while we were here. Might do that a little bit later prior to actually heading out. If you look over that way, you can actually see the water right there. So that is indeed the water. Very, very cloudy because of the rain today, but it was very close to us. Cruising through, a little bit more of a view. Over there. Got a couple of showers right next to the pool, so you can shower down. Up through here, we got the restaurant. Now this unfortunately is not part of the swimming pool, but beautiful aesthetic nonetheless. The restaurant we only went into one time. We just got shakes while we were there. Got some fruit shakes, some fruit smoothies. They were pretty good. All of the fruit here is very heavy. It's like very, very fibrous. Like you really get the flavor of it. So it's not like juicy so much as it is just very hearty fruit flavor.
The floor broke and he fell through.
Going up to the main reception area.
There's more to the story.
Where we are about to drop off our bags and check in for the elephant sanctuary. So that will be coming up in just a bit. What's going on? It's your boy Sailboat with Sailboats.Sneakers here. I am at the Green Elephant Sanctuary. You can see the setup here. We're getting ready to go mud bathing with the elephants, and we are going to feed some elephants up close and personal. Very, very excited about this experience. It's gonna be fucking amazing. So let's take a little bit of a tour real quick. So right here, this is the entranceway. We kind of came up through there. You can see there's two little pond areas right there. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a walk around here so you guys can see some of the stuff. Got a pretty cool setup here though. Tons and tons of fruit all around this area because that is what we're going to prep to feed to the elephants from my understanding. You can see bushels and bushels over here. Pretty amazing.
Until you're
little pond area in the back there.
They love it. They're
Sure, there's some cool wildlife over in there. Nothing nearly as cool as the elephants are about to be. We also get a nice little buffet, and you can see that all of the kind people working here are starting to make some of the food. It looks like some of it might even be getting served right now. Got lockers to put all your stuff in. Pretty cool overall. Changing area, toilet area. Pretty dope. What are we doing, Lola?
We're gonna go see some elephants right now.
Some effluents?
Some elephants. We're gonna go feed them, bathe them, you know? All around have a good time.
So good afternoon and welcome to the Green Elephant
Get enough
Sanctuary.
nutrients, not enough dead
My name is
skin.
Kitty. I'm your guide for today. We're gonna start off by going over there to feet.
Oh, look at
and
the
feet
bottom
are
of your
number one.
feet.
Then after that, we're going to go into
Oh,
the
yeah.
night enclosure. In the night enclosure, I will tell you the history of the elephants, where they've been rescued
They're
from.
loving you
A little
right
bit about
now.
elephants in Thailand and why riding is
I
bad.
went vertical.
After that, we're going to go into the mud. You'll give the ladies a full exfoliating spa treatment. Oh my goodness, wow. Then because you got them dirty, you need to get them clean.
Oh, I would
Into the
love
shower, into the pool, and then into that shower system over there.
it. Only on my
Which
left
looks like a
foot.
car wash. But after that, we have
so
the Thai
bizarre,
buffet
I
for you.
know.
The food is vegetarian and chicken.
Every time I get a
There's
pedicure
no
on my
nuts,
left foot, I'm like,
no dairy, and no seafood or anything else. Also, never fear, Wi-Fi carries up to there.
Will they come
Anything
out
on
of the
Snapchat
water?
or Instagram.
If I lift my foot, does the fish come with me?
Yes, if it's not on social media, you would never hear.
left, right leg or left leg? One leg. Try one leg. What's that? The movement stops them.
but they're actually really, really gentle creatures, and they're incredibly, incredibly intelligent too. It's amazing to see each one of them has a unique personality, and they all interact differently depending on how you treat them. So it's kind of cool to meet the different elephants because each one of them is a little different. Now the mama was very protective of her baby, so you definitely couldn't get too close, otherwise she would kind of shoo you away. And also the mahouts were really good about kind of keeping you away. This guy over here, different little baby guy, he was trying to eat so many bananas all at one time, and I just felt awful because he would miss his mouth with more than half of them on almost every single attempt, so it was kind of sad because he was only getting half the bananas that he wanted. Eventually he ate through his whole entire crate, and we got to feed him a little bit, but he just wanted to get as many as he could as quick as he could. You look like you need some more loving, huh?
You can just
Take forward. Sorry, I was too busy petting you. Beautiful.
One of the biggest and most important things that we learned while we were at the Green Elephant Sanctuary is that these animals are severely, severely mistreated. It's best to go to a sanctuary where you can do what we did and you get to feed them and swim with them and give them a mud bath, but you definitely shouldn't go to a place where you ride the elephants because those animals are maltreated in such a vicious and brutal manner. They literally will take axes to these animals if they're not behaving the way that they want them to behave. One of the elephants here you couldn't even touch because of the severity of how badly she had been beat.
Now, before somebody panics, by law, we have to contain the animals at night. Elephants are domestic, which means they've been around people their whole lives. So left to roam alone, unsupervised, they will try and find people. They need to be around people. So then they'd most likely find somebody's garden, find someone's Ford Focus, make that Ford Focus into a Ford car. You know, they have a lot of strength, a lot of power. So for the safety of the elephants, the safety of the people who live around here, they're contained for the nighttime and the nighttime only. That being said, we are also under European animal protection laws, which means no hooks, no chains, and no riding. They come in here and they lie down on their sides to go to sleep. Other than that, they go off on those paths into the jungle. They're there. They hang out, eat, chill out, just be elephants. Mainly they eat. They eat around 10% of their body weight, which means anywhere between 250 to 350 kilos of food per day. Jungle, they are herbivores. They eat grass, leaves, stuff like that. And over here you can see more food for the elephants. That's the kind of food we mainly give them in the nighttime. So banana tree leaves, pineapple tree leaves. And sometimes it's better that they are enclosed as they can get jealous over food and fight. Elephants drink around 100 to 150 liters of water per day. They can hold up to 5 liters in their trunks. They do not drink through their trunks. They suck the water in and they shoot it into their mouths. So they are known to smell water up to 9 kilometers away. An adult elephant can easily lift 350 kilos with their trunk. It's pretty strong. So the man and the lady standing next to the elephant, we call that a mahout. The mahout is the elephant's caretaker, like dragon riders. One elephant, one mahout bonded for life. Some elephants do not listen to anybody else except their own mahout, just their mahout. Then you have elephants like grandma. You could be her mahout if you could speak Thai. If the elephant outlives a mahout, the elephant goes down to the mahout's son. This is how the way of the mahout has been passed down for hundreds and hundreds of years. Those behind you guys are the homes of the mahouts. They are 24/7 with their elephant. The elephant does not know how to do without them. As you can see, when they walk, the elephant follows. Also, when they go into the jungle, if the mahout doesn't go in them, the elephant will not go that far that he cannot hear his person. And then the reason why these are so close to these is because at nighttime, the elephant needs to know its person is close by when it goes to sleep.
Really? Yeah.
It's like a big puppy. So elephants are pregnant from 18 to 22 months. 22 months usually if it's a male elephant because like in most species, also the elephant species, the men take longer to develop. Then the babies and the mamas stick together for up to 3 years, depending on how long the mother gives milk. 2 years, 3 years, it depends on the mother. The riding companies, and they don't care. Sick, pregnant, doesn't matter. Just as long as the elephant is working. So Capitan had that seat on her back, the straps around her belly, made to walk 9 hours a day, every single day, with tourists on her back, pregnant. Elephants aren't meant to be ridden on in that manner for those periods of time. You walk past them the next time, you'll notice that their spines are round. Now you have a round spine, you stick a seat onto that, pull it down tight, and put a couple 100 kilos of people, you're causing pain and pressure to the spine of the elephant. You wouldn't think so because they're so big and we're so small, but it is. A domestic elephant in Thailand is considered private property. They have microchips behind their ears, says how old they are, who owns them, where they're born, what their name is. One elephant to buy, an average cost, $60,000 US, almost 2 million Thai baht. Of course, babies and mamas go for more because they can make more money for them. We used to have around 50,000 wild elephants in Thailand. This is the 50s, 60s, 50,000. Right now, 3,500. That's it. We have about 2,500 domestic elephants in Thailand, just over 200 alone on this island. So we're gonna go now. We're gonna go, grab the mud, rub it on the body of the elephant. Don't go under the belly or low on the feet. They might get ticklish, that might happen. Also, they are fine ladies that are in the mud with you. And us ladies know we don't appreciate strangers touching our butts. So leave the butt alone. They're not exactly gonna say, excuse me, human, can you move? They will just lift up their tail and 60 to 80 kilos of poop per elephant per day. It's a lot of poop.
After learning a bit about the elephants, it was time to go give them a mud bath. So we followed the path back over to where we originally started, passing herd number 2 along the way. Once we got back over to the pond, it was time to bathe them in some mud. Now it was kind of incredible because they actually really enjoyed getting this mud rubbed all over them. You could tell that some of the elephants really liked it more than the other ones, and they actually would just kind of come over to you and almost lean into you to a certain extent if they knew you were close enough to put a little bit of mud on them. They were just enjoying life and just loving having all the attention, having the people there. These elephants, since being rescued and brought to the sanctuary, have a much better life, and you can tell that they are very thankful for that. as you can see, I was a big fan of the elephant shower. I spent a lot of time in there really taking advantage of it because not many other people were. And I feel like the elephants deserve the attention. It was really nice to be able to spend time with these magnificent creatures. Really, really cool environment. Definitely one of the best experiences of this entire trip, if not the best, was hanging out. Now, before we left, we had the amazing opportunity to see the baby Lucky jump into his bath. It was really, really neat because you could tell that this little guy was such an explorer. He just wanted to go everywhere and try to see as much as he possibly could see. And you can see Mama standing close by. She was keeping a watchful eye on him the entire time. Yo, so last night in Thailand, and we're staying in Patong. This is where our hotel's at. What's up, man? How are you? Hi. Hell yeah! So literally back area of a restaurant. We gotta go up some stairs. Last night in Thailand, we decided to stay in Patong. We had the option to ball out on a hotel or save some cash. We decided to save a little bit of cash. We spent 540 baht on a hotel room, which is about the equivalent of $18. Just to give you an idea, the 30-minute taxi ride cost us 600 baht to get over here, about $20. So, our room is not quite as elaborate. It's not bad, considering it was only $18, but this is all we get. And that TV right there, it's fucking ancient relic right there. It's of days past. Welcome to Patong. Oh, look, 1111 supermarket. So, Bangla Street is essentially the red light district of Patong. There's just a lot of crazy shit going on everywhere. There's a bunch of different shops, a bunch of different food. This is one of the areas of Thailand that's very notorious for having a lot of ladyboys that hang out in the area. There are also the ping pong shows, many different bars, and just tons and tons of crazy shit
Suit
happening.
stores. Some of the most aggressive suit sellers you'll ever find in your life. Every single suit owner or owner of a suit store tries to sell every single guy a suit. Like every single one. It's unreal.
We also just passed one of their infamous pharmacies where they'll give you pretty much any prescription medication without a prescription.
A lot of issues run rampant, a lot of addiction issues because of the fact that you can buy such incredibly strong pain medication without any sort of prescription. Oh, ping pong sexy show.
Yeah, pretty sure what?
Wow, look at that. Oh. Every 10 yards, you'll get approached by somebody that wants you to go to a ping pong show. I'll leave it at that. Oh, I'm soaking. Ping pong! No cover! Oh, that's awesome! Hey, what's up, man? Ping pong show. Ping pong show. Hey. Oh, ping pong show. We already saw one. So being in Thailand can actually feel a lot at times like you're in Vegas. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on. People dancing up on bars, tons of music, a bunch of different kinds of bars. It's just incredible. There's so many people of so many different walks of life here. You can find just about anything on this street. Good to go, thank you. One of the really cool things about Bangla Street is there's a lot of live performances that go on. This is definitely a tourist-heavy spot at times, so you can tell that there are definitely people that are kind of milking it for the money, doing a lot of performances, break dancing, singing, guitar, whole bunch of different stuff that you can find, and you can find it at just about any hour of the day. Our select time was nighttime because things happen to be popping off a little bit more, but overall, just an awesome place to be literally any time of the day to get some wild stuff. So one of the sad things about Thailand is unfortunately the healthcare is not quite as accessible and the quality maybe isn't quite what you might find in other places. So a lot of times you may find homeless people are more so in that position because they have health issues that they are unable to attend to. Up on the right. And here's another example of some of that unfortunately uninspired bar dancing going on. You can tell that the girls just aren't really that into it. I mean, they're up there doing their thing. I give them credit. But this guy's more into it than they are. Let's be serious. At any rate, pretty much every single bar that you go to on Bangla Street, gonna have girls dancing up on the bars. Each one of them, a little bit of a different theme, something going on. Kind of cool. Pretty cool. Actually, yeah, it's cool. And now for the awkward transition, we're going from talking about girls dancing on bars to the fruit that you can find on the side of the street. Now, Thailand is famous for its fruit. They also have incredible seafood, and as you can see here, everything is insanely fresh as well. Right there on the spot, you know exactly what you're eating. You know where it's coming from. There is no question about that. Some really, really weird sea creatures too. You can see a couple of them in this video right here. Some really strange looking things that I don't even know what they are. They're kind of like weird looking lobsters, like crawfish. They're almost like praying mantis of the ocean, I want to say. A lot of different fish. Really, really cool though to be able to see the food right before you eat it.
I told him,
So the last thing that I had to do was go get myself a fish pedicure. Now these girls here, they all thought that I was a ladyboy because I had a pedicure about a month before going to Thailand that Lola took me to. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to get my toenails painted. So they saw the painted toenails and they thought I was a ladyboy for some reason. I assured them I was not a ladyboy. And I assure you, my watcher, I am not a ladyboy. So of course we had to end our night at the bar that we kind of started the whole entire adventure at, which was this Tiger bar right on Bangla Street. And of course, it was wildly entertaining the entire time that we were there. So take a look from a first-person view what a night looks like after a few drinks walking around on Bangla Street. And almost as quickly as it began, our trip was coming to a close. It was amazing, and I hope that you guys enjoy tuning in.
Oh, it's watering.
what is it again?
Oh, it's watering.
Halal in Thailand. Just for you, Marlon.
Very good. Very good.
You had to do it at least once. Gotta represent. Loves it.